And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Plunked. Once again, this is the show where we celebrate two teams and one magnificent city. I am one of your hosts, Emilio Bucks. And this
And I'm
is
I am your other host, Kristen Petite.
what's going on there, Kristen?
A whole bunch of nothing. What's going on with you?
Not much, just the usual work and the family and some play, as much as possible.
Well, it's
Um,
wonderful.
are you still working from home?
Yes,
Lucky you.
and hopefully they'll never change it. Well, unless I fire several of my team, we'd have to stay from home because we hire people out of state now. So
Got you. So you got your stuff pretty set up.
yes, unless they decide to make me sometimes go for a meeting, and that's okay. But
Not bad.
yeah, some companies are sending their people back 3 days a week.
Yeah, I'm some people.
Oh, you are? Oh, wow.
I'm the dream that was reality has
Is it every day?
no, it won't be every day, there's still some flexibility, but
Mm,
I'll be looking at a good 3 days a week, sometimes even four,
oh,
you know,
wow.
a horrible situation. Like
That's,
somebody's out on vacation. It could even be five.
hey,
No,
I'm sorry.
I
And
know.
there were so many people who at the beginning did not like working from home. I always wanted to work from home. But some people at the beginning didn't like it. And now after the 2 years, they're being asked to come back and it is causing
It ain't
anxiety.
great. It ain't great.
Yeah, I would be mad. I would be mad.
It's just the case of like my life is all set up and arranged now
Yep.
based on me working from home. Like, dropping the kids off or
Yeah.
being home when the kids get home. So yeah, it's like, okay, well, I got to rearrange my life now.
And that's who oh, he goes, yes, he's part of some people too.
Man, Dad, are they pressuring you to come back?
Man, it's that's a problem. Like a lot of people, parents, like they've just, their life now, they were able to do and take care of things because they were able to be flexible, and now
Yeah,
it's changing everything and messing up stuff
messing up stuff.
because it's summer. Jobs
Yeah,
should have told you that you were going to go back in February or March so
like
that
for
you can now
sure.
plan, yeah, so you can plan your summer.
You know,
Because most parents plan their summer around the fact that they probably work from home. So they can,
exactly,
during their lunch, they can go pick up the kids or do whatever they have to do.
exactly. And so now, well, luckily, my wife being a teacher,
Okay.
she gets the summer off.
So that
So,
saved you for the summer.
at least that gives us kind of a reprieve so we can figure things out for the fall, but even still, it's like, damn.
Man. Well, I'm sorry. For all the some people out there, I am sorry.
Coming in, and I remember in the heart of it, probably like maybe beginning of 21 or something. Now we're a year into to the pandemic, right? I remember
Yeah.
thinking like, yeah, it would be nice to go in every now and sometimes just to because we started becoming a little stir crazy,
Hmm.
after a year and change. But now it's like, okay, we can see people more. I'm not stir crazy,
Yep.
but I still don't want to go to work to see people.
Because I told my brother, I said, the reason why it was so bad in the beginning is because you couldn't do anything. So you're just in the house all the time,
Right,
and or the
right.
occasional trip to the store. But now you can get out.
So basically, what we want is the best of both worlds.
Yes.
We want to not have to go to work.
Yeah. That is my dream. Even though I'm working from home. My
So
dream
this is
is
close as you can get.
what'd you say?
This is as close as you can get. Like
Yeah,
not
because
having to go to work is like you don't have to go.
yeah, the but I don't even want to work.
I
Cause see,
feel you.
my work from home job, a lot of times this may be your case too. I put in way more hours working from home, but that's okay. I don't want to put in less hours at
That's
work. I
fine.
mean, at the office, but I'm more productive here, but I find myself working a lot more,
Mm-hmm.
and my day is full. It's not a sit. I have the TV on just in the background. This is Plunk, the work from home edition for anyone who's checking us out.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
I refuse to give up my work
I
attire.
know, Deb. Like,
And
I gotta wear
that's what
regular pants.
Sid, like, she may have to go back, and she was like, "No, I have to get new clothes because for 2 years
Right.
it was work from home. You occasionally put on a nice shirt for a Zoom
Occasionally.
call,
Yeah.
but then after a while, no one even started faking that and putting on good shirts. They
It
just
was
whatever
just
you
a
had
clean
on."
t-shirt after a while would do. Just make sure it's clean and the
Clean,
neck isn't terrible.
right?
And
Like,
then
it's
you
not
can
that
get
old
away
shoes.
with whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When did you have to start doing it?
Well, I've explained to them my predicament with the kids and doing
Okay.
stuff. And so it's like, look, hey, I hear you, but I can't do it just yet. You got to give me a little time here to readjust some stuff. So, like,
Mhm.
really, Miles is out of school now. Kennedy will be out of school soon. So, really, and Rachel's last week is this week. So, really,
Okay.
once Rachel's last week, which is this coming week, so not this week, but next week is when I'll probably be going in like Metis and your plunk t-shirt, right? We got
As
to
you should.
exactly. I feel like I'm just gonna do it anyways and where I want anyway.
Just come to work since they make you go in there. Come just like how you work.
Especially since it's summer, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna wear my cut off sweatpants and whatever. I mean, I worked for a bunch of
I
you
had on
know,
my Cubs jersey the other day, Debbie.
yeah. See.
The Cubs jersey Debbie gave
That
me.
Debbie gave you?
Hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, okay, so I guess let's get down to it. Talk about some baseball. Now that
We've been trying to avoid baseball talk.
I know because it's not good talk. It's painful talk. Right now we got a Cubs game going on. National game. It's tied up bottom of the seventh, 2-2 against their arch rival, St. Louis. How are the Cubs looking?
Justin Steele looks good. Their younger pitching has been doing well. Swarmer did well. His
They Yep.
the Killian, he
Hmm.
5 innings. He's supposed to be the future. So he did well. Gave up 3 runs, but for your first time, Cardinals, good offensive team. That wasn't bad.
Not bad at all.
Um, and their offense, they've been Christopher Morel. He kind of reminds me of
Hmm.
Javi, and I say that because like he's so hyper and excited,
Hmm.
and he gets the
Hmm.
crowd going the same way Javi used to do.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it'll last, but
Yeah,
people will catch up to people, and then he'll have to then he'll have to
absolutely,
adjust to
absolutely.
them catching up to him. But so they're going to continue to try hard. Um, we'll really know the fate of this team at the trade deadline. If
Right.
Wilson Contreras is traded,
You
it's a
know they're really
full
full style.
garbage
And that
rebuild.
would be unfortunate because it'll feel like they would have wasted a year almost. Like,
Yes. And my thing is, like my father brought up, look at the Cardinals. Do they ever tear down to be garbage? Even when they get a team full of people you don't even know who they are, they still compete. How are we in the third largest market and people make it seem like it's okay that they're going to have to be garbage for a few years? No,
it does
no,
not make any sense. And there
at
are plenty
all.
of teams who have shown you do not have to
Oh,
stink.
you
First.
did that stinking. Now you
Mhm.
should have been building. I mean, how many trades did they really make when they say they traded away their farm system? No, their farm system has just been garbage forever.
No, it was depleted for a while.
Yeah, and so then that's management's fault for not hiring quality scouts
Yeah.
because the Cardinals have been winning forever and they still get quality people to be brought up. That one year when no one thought they were going to do anything and they won the World Series or something, like, you know, they can get rid of everyone except for Yachty or Molina, and they're still better than the Cubs and always fighting now the Brewers.
Yeah, even the Brewers managed to stay in conversation.
Exactly. You know, the Yankees, even when they're they don't tear it down.
Yeah, they're by Yankee standards.
Yeah, right. Like, we love those moments because the Yankees is the way they always spend money and build their teams. They should always be like fighting for a World Series.
Yeah, they should be.
You know, when they knew, like, okay, when they made Chris Bryant, and I know Bryant's hurt. I know Rizzo has been hitting home runs, but not good. I know Schwarber's not good right now. Baez, he had a good game, but he's been bad and got benched. So I'm not saying, yes, I would have preferred them to stay on the team because sometimes players need a city as much as the city needs a player.
Yeah,
and
I think that's a prime example of what you're looking at with KD and Javi.
Yeah, this is all they knew, and this may be their type of personality where they need to be comfortable, where people overall love them.
I mean, judging by the way Chris Bryant looked on his way out of here, you can tell it probably did something to him. You know what I mean? To leave.
And it started out bad when they were messing with his service time. Like, he's had bad feelings, even though they said it wasn't. He probably has, because they manipulated his time. And then for what? In the end, for what?
Save a little money.
Javi, you know, he did all this striking out and stuff with the Cubs, but Cubs fans still loved him because he was El Mago. And now he's not getting that same love when he's bad someplace else. So sometimes
they don't have the history. He hasn't won the World Series in Detroit. So if he's not there, it's like
and Javi feeds off of love. He feeds off of that fan love. Yeah. So but okay, if you knew probably 2 years ago you were maybe gonna start blowing up this team, you didn't have any replacements. Like, other teams have those replacements to come up. Wisdom's not the replacement. Schwindel is nowhere near a Rizzo replacement. They don't have anyone replacing Wilson Contreras when they finally let him go.
No.
So, like, and Nico Horner, Nicky 2 strikes. Whew, rough.
Nicky 3 strikes.
Woof. He's like how Kimbrough was for you all. He's like that for us. Woof.
Well, that's what we got with Kimbrough. So
so it's like just like you said, might be some players need that city.
They need the people that sometimes it is the team that makes a player. I mean, I don't think there's any surprise there. I mean, we saw that with all of our old Bulls teams, and then I'm talking about the '90s Bulls. So what? You know, when those guys went other places and weren't the same players at all. You know, like.
When there's magic in a city, sometimes you need to stay in that city because they'll always remember that magic. So they give you a little leeway because you did bring some magic to the city.
He absolutely did. And I don't know if he's, Detroit is just a tough place to play. Just, they always kind of act like they're threatening to get it together, but never quite do. That kind of remind me of the Sox prior to 2 years ago, actually. But yeah. So, it's Cubs. It's a situation where it drives you crazy because they still show signs of life. And then it's like, all right, they're not totally dead, and then they'll lose 4 straight, and you'll be like, yeah, they're kind of dead. But like at a 23-31 clip, which, is relatively well under 500, but not Cincinnati or not.
Well, I think at one time Pittsburgh was above them. Aren't they still ahead?
I was going to say Pittsburgh. I think last time we spoke, they were behind Pittsburgh.
Because I was like, I can't even talk about Pittsburgh anymore.
Yeah, Pittsburgh 24-28, so they're playing at a higher clip than the Cubs right now. Things are tough all over. But so that's it. And you kind of, I feel like switching teams. I'm feeling the same way about the Sox, where they are like I'm either just blow it completely or start winning some games. And yes, Tim is hurt,
I
groin
think he'll be
pull.
out for what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, yeah. So and that, which is unfortunate. Like that whole 2 weeks ago, we thought that moment would possibly galvanize the team. Now I'm going back to the Donaldson comment in New
Oh
York,
yeah.
and we said maybe this will be the catalyst to what will turn things around for this team. And here we are. No, it was not. And
They
now
were,
Tim is hurt and out. So things have gotten worse, technically.
well, they won 2 in a row.
Yeah, after losing
Well, it
four,
was a lot. Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
yeah, after losing 4 or 5 straight, I've spent a good amount of time watching bad baseball again. Uh, Good news, not this man, he's made his money, so hell, good news. Dallas Keuchel finally designated, will
Forever.
be released soon. Good Lord, finally.
Yeah, that was like 3 starts too late.
Yes, yes. I mean, you could argue and easily argue he has cost them 4 wins, 4 or 5 wins, and not just because of each time he pitched, but like the following game when they played after getting whooped because of him. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
those things, the momentum plays a part. And when you suffer some of the losses that they suffered with Keuchel on the mound, uh, some of that kind of bled over into the next game. Although they say, it's not supposed to, forget about yesterday because you got another game and all of that. We know that doesn't always happen like
Yeah,
that.
that's easier said than done.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially when you play as many games as these guys play.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, Sox winners today, 6-5 over Tampa. Thought they were going to blow it. Got out to a big lead, 4-0 in the first, added 2 more in the second, and then we're shut out for 7 innings straight. Um, Tampa rallied and got it close, as you can see by the 5 runs that they put up.
Do you think they kept Giolito in too long? That's
Yes,
what some people are saying.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, they did. He was. It was right there when it was like, okay, now pull him. Yes,
Did
they
he
did.
give up all the runs, or did I
No,
did
he
not see?
gave
I
up
did not see
two.
the Rays make their run. Last time I watched, the Sox were winning 6-1.
Yeah, he gave up only 2, I believe
Okay.
it was, and then I think it was Bummer
Mm-hmm.
that gave up the rest. But he was still left in a little bit too long, in my
Okay.
opinion. Like, I remember thinking that as he was still pitching, and he got into some trouble. He gave up a leadoff home run, I think, in the 5th, and something else happened. I can't remember, but yeah. So I kind of feel like he was left in too long, but at the same time, um, this whole scoring runs in bunches, what the Sox do, but it's like if they're all bunched up at the beginning of the game, then they're like sitting there, like putting all the pressure on their pitching to
Mm-hmm.
pitch the shutout now for like today, 7 innings. Not necessarily a shutout because they were up 6, but they didn't get much help from the hitting on the tail end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa, a good hitting team. You had to know that even up 6-0 by the end of the 4th, that this team was going to make a run. They were going to, that dreaded third time around with the
Yeah.
pitcher, which is exactly what you saw with Giolito today. They figured him out, and that's what happens. So, Sox right now still under 500. 25 and 27.
Mm.
I don't know. I If I say anything bad, people are going to say, "Oh, it's too early."
Oh, this is what?
If I say anything bad, like how the season's going to end up, people are going to say it's too early. But if I sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, they're going to be fine," then I sound like a cockeyed optimist.
Well, there's definitely room for improvement. And okay, so Abreu's starting to hit because it's warm.
Let's get more.
Um, like over the past 15 games, he and Vaughn and Pollock, like several people have done a lot better
Don't
the
forget
last
my
15 games.
man Cheeseburger Jake.
Yeah, like they've all been hitting a lot better over the last 15 games.
Yes, they have.
Because it's warm.
Because it's warmer.
But I
November is not warm.
as we mentioned, so I don't even know. Do they need another starter? Like what would they even need at the trade deadline now?
Well, keeping in mind they have Lance Lynn coming back soon. Lance just
Okay.
finished up his second AAA start. So I believe he has one more AAA start before he comes up to pitch. So they do have another starter on the way. Right now, I say what's problematic is really that 6 through 9 batting order where you have just a hodgepodge of low 200s to under 200 hitters. And, I think that translates into what we call the opportunistic hitting or the situational hitting where they're able to get the runs over. You got your big boys in the top of the lineup, and if they don't just hit home runs and drive everybody over, then you have a very huge drop off at the end of that lineup. So we
Yeah.
leave a lot of men on bases, and when even the best hitting teams, they're 7, 8, and 9 guys. Usually are at least hitting 230.
Yeah. Yeah. You all would be Sox fans will be happy with 230, 240.
Yeah, because in
50 there be on fire.
exactly, and when you have those your lower hitters still producing, which is really hitting 230, which isn't good, but it's like, okay, that's a 7 through 9 hitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even on a good team. So without that, Leary's still struggling. They continue to play Gavin Sheets, and I like Gavin Sheets, but very streaky and struggling right now. I
Josh
think
Harrison.
Josh Harrison is awful with the bat.
Yeah,
And
that's second base, boy.
yeah,
Can Jake Berger play second?
he did play second a couple of times this past week, and he's not bad. But
No.
here's the problem: is he arguably plays a better third base because Moncada is not hitting at all.
Mm.
So really, if you play Berger at third, you're really only losing a little bit in defense
Mm.
from Moncada, and you're getting a better hitter right now, a more opportunistic hitter than
Mm-hmm.
Moncada. Now Jake isn't exactly fast on the bags like Moncada is, but again, Moncada, he's not getting any walks, he's not getting any hits, so it's he was integral. He's one of the talented guys that were supposed to be a part of this winning team and this World Series bound team, and he started out on the IL, and now we're kind of waiting for him to supposedly get back in the swing of things, and it just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And so that's that. We knew about the second base carousel. We knew kind of about the right field carousel. Now, of course, we didn't know that Eloy was going to be out for
Yeah.
an extended amount of time again, which puts more pressure on the right fielding situation. because you didn't
Yeah.
really have that shored up, and now you got to platoon guys in left now because the Lloyd's been out, who made a
He made a rehab.
Triple A start today and did not have to exit the game.
Right. He came out fine this time.
This time, man.
Uh,
So the second base, right field issues, no hitting out of the third base player outside of Jake Berger, and no offense out of the catcher position.
Oh yeah, who's the better defensive catcher?
Oh,
Rondell or
Reese McGuire is
Oh.
by far
better.
the by far better defensive catcher, but even he struggles to hit.
Yeah.
Grandal's not great behind the plate and is also struggling to hit. So you're not getting much out of that position either. And these are some holes that guys are starting to heat up, like Abreu and Luis. And of course now Tim is down, who's by far our best hitter. Guarantees on base. And but I can't say enough about Andrew Vaughn. I'd like to see him stay in that top of the order someplace. Tony slips him down into that 7 and 8 spot sometime, I think, to kind of spark something in that part of the line.
Because that's the bad part, right?
That's the really bad part. And Tony's gotten a lot of criticism for batting him down there, but I kind of can understand why. He's just trying to, so it's not just a total wash.
Yeah.
In those spots. But then you kind of need him up in the top of the order because Moncada is supposed to be hitting, and he isn't. So I don't know. It's just they fix one thing. It seems like one thing starts to get better, and then something else kind of falls out. So.
Now, are you still all right? Are you still on the fire Tony La Russa right away?
I think I won't say a better manager. I think a different manager could do more with his team. I think not only manager, but first base coach with Daryl Boston and McEwing at third. I think they would help their base running. A better third base coach and a better first base coach would help a lot of base running gaffes still. And I just kind of feel like better. These guys are pros. They're in the major leagues for a reason. You know what I mean? They're starting on a team who's supposed to possibly be in the World Series for a reason. So these aren't like bad players.
Right.
Like our guy Steve Edwards said about the O-line with the Bears. There's no bad players at this level. There's bad technique, bad coaching, bad habits, but there's no bad players. Out of all of the guys who are playing this sport, these are the few. Like they're not bad. They're just misdirected, misguided, and so fire Tony La Russa right away. I mean, sure, yeah, but replace him mid-season with who? It's with who that is going to still get you to the World Series, because that's the goal.
I've seen some people talk about Joe Girardi, but he just got fired from the Phillies. Why?
Yeah, so I don't see that happening mid-season. They're not going to fire La Russa and then hire Girardi to take his place.
I was going to call him Jerusa. I think La Russa will probably make it the year unless he decides that he's done halfway through. Now, he may not make, this may be his last year. He may have already told them that this is all I can do this year. That's okay. I mean, like you just said about Keuchel, he's made his money. He can go sit in the front office with Jerry.
Yeah. Like if you want your boy with you,
fine.
You can have your boy with you, but he don't need to wear a uniform and a hat. Or he can still wear it. He can wear it in the office if he wants. You know,
he doesn't need to be in charge of important decisions anymore.
no, he
On
wants to be
field.
an advisor, and he can still wear a jersey. Fine.
Now, so you said about coaching and these players aren't bad players. Oh, the Cubs are getting ready to score. But how much responsibility do you put on players? Because most of the ones who are struggling aren't young. Like, this isn't their first year. So what's wrong with them that they can't seem to put it together?
I think they're trying too hard at the plate.
My allergy, sorry.
But then I go back to coach. Like, totally, I hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? Players still got to play. You're absolutely right. And let's not forget, Tony has caught some bad breaks with the health of his team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, losing Eloy now, second straight year. You know, he's opened up the first half of the season without him last year, and then got about a week or so of him this year before he was gone. So we haven't been the full team that Tony agreed to manage either.
It sounds like the Bulls.
Yeah. Just like the Bull season. Like, you know, AK didn't get that whole year, and Donovan didn't get that whole year with the healthy team. And yes, just like the Bulls, you would have liked to see what they'd have looked like. And, you know, I like how we're mixing the Bulls with the Sox, but it's true. Like, what would the Bulls team look like with Ball playing 60 games? You know what I mean? Like, I think they would have looked a lot different. The playoffs would have went different. What we've looked at with starting the season with Lance Lynn in the rotation, maybe Dallas Keuchel gets designated sooner. Eloy batting, yeah, I would think, you know, his bat would have picked up by now. He was only batting 222 when he went out, but that was like, it almost doesn't count because it was so early. You know, like the first month of the season, batting averages are all over the place. They look crazy. This guy's hitting 400. This guy's hitting 120. You know, like, it takes a good 2 months for it to kind of settle in with averages and see like who's hitting and who's not. And so I think by now Eloy would have been hitting. When I think about players got to play, I think about Dallas Keuchel, and there's just nothing he could do. Like, he could not pitch anymore.
Sometimes when you're bad, you're just bad.
Just like Arietta at the end. It was like,
sometimes you just don't. Okay, and I won't say bad. Sometimes you just lose it. You don't have it anymore.
You don't have it anymore.
Yeah, you don't have the stuff, and you're trying, and you just don't have it.
Yeah.
You don't have the ability. You don't have the stuff.
And I think that's what happened with Keuchel. But I don't know. Like, has Moncada lost his stuff, so to speak? I know we say stuff more about pitchers, but like, has he lost his bat? Like, you know, I kind of suspect he might have. You know,
he's battling some other injury as well, right?
Yeah, and I've lost track.
So then maybe he lost track of his injuries.
You know,
but yeah, you wonder because it's, you know, he'll have a hit now and again, but overall,
Frank the Tank Marshall, we're doing good today, brother.
Frank the Tank, how are you, Frank? Frank, do you think? I feel something needs to change with catching.
Let's go to the fan board.
I was singing For the Love of Game, Kevin. He has his Gus every hit is a bonus. That is kind of true.
That is true, but I gotta say, Frank, like, Yaz had a bat, though. They did have him for his power, which he had last year, which he doesn't have this year for some reason. Ozzy.
Huh?
Hey,
coming back. Maybe he will.
Ozzie Jr. said, and this from the man's son, he said he coached the team for free. Absolutely. I think we've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
I think we've been waiting for Ozzie to come back. Let's not forget Jose starting to catch fire. Yes, he is getting more. Luis is still going to be your best ball player. Hopefully, Eloy will be back soon. But we aren't getting anything from the bottom four of our lineup. We sure.
Well, and that's coming from your second baseman. Who else is that? Yohan Makata is at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Grandal and or Reese or whoever's catching, whoever's playing second base. And your
let's see, second base, your catcher, Pollock, and Grandal were your last four today. Now today, you got 5 hits from them and 2 RBI.
That was an anomaly because they were
that's what I said
today. That pitcher. They were putting the fire to that Tampa pitcher in the first 2 innings. But then once they swapped them out, we were scoreless. We got goose egg for 7 innings. And we just was able to eke out this win. Thankfully for the lights out pitching of Kendall Graveman in the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Who sat down 3 straight, and then Liam Hendricks in the 9th sat down their last 3 straight. So
he's been doing well lately.
Oh yeah,
Liam Hendricks.
Can't say enough about Liam Hendricks. Love that attitude.
He's been in his last. He's done well recently.
So Frank, let me ask you, if you're listening, what's up with Moncada? Who would you rather see at the plate right now, Moncada or Berger? Right now, I'm going with Cheeseburger Jake. We got a stat of the day.
Stat of the day, 83%. The seasons, our leadoff hitter has been up with nobody on base. Highest.
5% in baseball. Wow, that is an excellent stat. Man, the Plunkster is awesome. They come with stats.
Our Plunksters.
That's awesome.
Frank, don't be trying to take Debbie's job.
Yeah. that is a good stat, though.
Frank. Hopefully, Frank heard your question about Yohan. Do you want to see Moncada or Jake Berger at the plate?
I mean, now, Jake, he's got the cheese. I got it.
And I guess if you get enough offense from others, then do you substitute the defense of McGuire for the suspect hitting of Grandal? Now, Grandal played first base today.
Correct.
So at least he can play other places.
He can play other places. Like one day, and this is going back to to answer your question, I'd much rather see Reese McGuire behind the plate. Just on a general day, who's behind the plate, I'd rather see Reese McGuire. Every time. I don't want any pass balls and all of this madness.
Because you got to save runs if you're not scoring many.
Exactly. And defense is at a premium right now, and so I'd rather see McGuire behind the plate. And Frank says, hands down, Cheeseburger Jake. Moncada should be on the trade block. Moncada, since he has gotten there, has been inconsistent. Yes, Moncada has been inconsistent. I think his best year was the shortened 20 year, when they, went in via wild card. I think it was but he has been very, very inconsistent, and I'm not mad at that idea of Moncada being on the trade block.
He might be.
Yeah, because he's not he's not playing up to his expectations right now. And you got Cheeseburger Jake there. Just Cheeseburger Jake got a missile for an arm, and he's
really?
Yeah,
is it accurate?
Yeah. It's accurate right now. Every now and again, he makes a throw where he should have kept it in his pocket, but luckily, Abreu has kind of picked it up and able to come off the bag when need be, just to make sure it doesn't get by him.
Now, maybe the Sox should see what the Yankees want from Miguel. I don't know how to say his name. Andujar. I'm probably saying it wrong. Frank, you can let me know. Or Debbie, you can let me know. Maybe he's a third baseman and a left fielder. You can put Jake Berger at second. Get Miguel to play your third.
All right.
He's requested a trade from the Yankees.
That might be all right. That sounds good. And okay, let's see what Frank coming with the 411.
Cubs want
Moncada. You can have him. Wouldn't say no to
No,
a
Cubs
Moncada trade. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I bet you I would. Cubs don't need anyone else who can hit sometimes.
And sometimes right now is no time. So
I mean, Miguel's career batting average is 277. So
Andujar.
Miguel it's not too high, but I mean, maybe he needs a new scenery because he doesn't get enough at bats. That's his problem.
Mm-hmm. You can use him
and he plays the outfield too,
which we love platooning.
All I know is if the Cubs were to trade Wilson Contreras for Moncada, now we'll give you can have Nicky two strikes back, and I guess we'll take Moncada and then we'll flip him for somebody else.
Whew. I would make that trade.
You won't?
I don't think so. Moncada for Nicky?
Yeah.
That's like two for the other.
He's not quick enough for second.
Quickest to play second. He has to stay at third. Oh, cheeseburgers. I mean, he's a big boy.
He is.
He's a big boy.
Okay, so he has to stay at third. Moncada can get. Well, Kristen. I was only hoping. Yeah. You keep that hope. We're not gonna keep that hope alive. we're gonna let that hope die. Because I'm dreading the trade of Contreras. I know it's coming. I'm dreading it. Because I just can't watch 2 years of bad. Like as a Cubs fan all my life, I've done that. But anyway, we're talking about the Sox. That just made me mad. So the Sox still need. There's gonna be. They can see what Cincinnati has as second infielder.
You know what the Sox need also, as far as their hitting go, is just more patience. They need more walk.
Their hitting coach.
You know,
because you called for their hitting coach to be fired, right? Hitting coach to be fired.
Frank.
I remember you called for him to be fired.
You know, we don't talk enough about his
his name is
this year.
Oh, he's minor league.
I hate that when I put up Sox.
Frank Menachino.
Yeah, Menachino. Yeah, I don't understand like what he's doing, like what and maybe I'm not clear on what a hitting coach is supposed to really be doing, you know. But I do feel like he isn't directing them properly. Like,
I wonder though. These players are so hard-headed. I'm typing.
No, of course not, Deb.
Is that because I'm from New York?
Of course not.
No, Deb, you're our OG. So original, or OP original Plunkster.
Right.
So change of swing motion, send him to Japan. So like, okay, you know, some players are open to the suggestions of coaches, but I think a lot of players are like, yeah, whatever. I'm doing what I do. But, you know, maybe benching, I know they don't always want to do like there's consequences, but maybe for, you know, younger players feel consequence because, I'll get sent down. So maybe I will change my swing. Mm-hmm. But people who don't have any fear of being sat down or sent down, they're probably like, yeah, I've been doing this all my life. This is how I got to the league. Right. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or they have to decide on their own to change their swing like some players do. I mean, they have plenty of, I know hitting instructors are working with Javi, but he's just going to still swing at what he wants to swing.
He's going to swing and throw his back into it.
So it's, I wonder how much can the hitting coach really do? How much do people really listen to him? Unless they're ready to make that change. Some players are like, you just found the magic for me and I'm going to make my money based off these. You saw I had a hole in my swing. You're showing me what I need to do to fix it. But if Moncada doesn't believe he has a problem,
right.
But I don't, sitting him down, like I guess he is kind of benched. I don't know, but benching people, maybe he'll figure out I better change something. Hearing your name on the trade block, I better do something if I want to stay, because he's probably very close to them, and sometimes people don't want to leave teams.
Yeah, and I don't imagine he'd really want to leave this team. I know he's close with Abreu, among others. So, but hey,
you better listen
to
Frank.
I don't really care much about their personal.
You better listen to Frank and fix that hole in his swing.
Or maybe Frank doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. Cubs are in trouble. Cubby update.
Okay. Yeah. 1 out, man on third. And I'm looking at Jason Hayward on my screen. Okay. So the Cubs, I love you, Jason. But if they're going to do it, if Wilson goes, they better pay part of that salary and just let that man go. He barely plays. Morel right now, the way he is, he's probably your center fielder. Seiya's hurt, so Jason Hayward's fine right now, but let Jason go.
How long is Seiya supposed to be down for?
I don't know. I didn't even realize he was going to be hurt this long. It's a business. You perform, you don't perform. Well, we'll see.
Right. Damn right.
That's the way it should be. I think they need to have more consequences.
I think there should have been more movement. I think Moncada was expendable, and I think maybe even going into the season they should have made a move.
Maybe they tried to, and no one wanted, or what they were offered.
Right.
It wasn't good. Seiya was put on the 10-day injured list 6 days ago. He's resuming full baseball activity this Tuesday. It's an easy fix.
It's an easy fix. Watch the swing. Too many times he's dropping his shoulder. The guy needs to be benched. Take batting practice with one arm and a cast on his shoulder. Wow, Frank. That's
put in your resume for the hitting coach.
Right. I think I want to replace one Frank with the other.
With another Frank.
I like what you're saying there.
Cardinals just tied the game. My mother can't. I found out today my mother can't stand the Cardinals uniform.
Really?
Says this, and I believe this is a quote, there's too much shit on it. With the bat, the birds, the words, and the numbers.
Too much shit on it.
And I heard she really despises it with the badge.
Really?
She's been watching more and more baseball lately.
Right now, I went over to your mother's house, your parents' house, maybe a couple weeks ago. She had on a White Sox shirt.
Yeah, I bought her a White Sox shirt.
Oh, you did?
She's always been a White Sox fan.
I know, but I was like, how did you get away with wearing this in this house? Like,
I bought it for her because she was the only one who didn't have her team shirt. 1 year, I think I forgot what it was for, but I got everyone the Cubs, and then she got her Sox shirt.
Oh, very nice.
I will be a coach and won't be soft.
No butthurt players.
Yeah. That's how it works in any other job. You're not working well, you get demoted or fired.
Is this addressing my issues about going back to work too? You butthurt because I got to go back and not be able to work.
We're always, like we always say, we're thankful that we have a job to go into the office.
No.
But that does not diminish the fact when you don't want to go back. You can be very thankful for your situation, your jobs, and still be tired of it.
Seriously. I was listening to a podcast called Cautionary Tales. Really cool podcast, by the way, anybody out there. Cautionary Tales. And they made reference to, how we were working from home in all of 2020. And I was like, damn, I kind of missed that. I don't miss 2020. I don't miss 2020. And God bless everybody's family who's been dealt with death and illness.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I remember when it was like solidified working from home, and I was busy working from home, but like no threats of having to leave the house. I was like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. Oh
Yeah,
well.
it's it. Um,
Non-baseball question: do you do the global town hall events from home, like the one we had the other day? Deb, if I work the global town halls, which I haven't in a while, but when I did do them from home. Um, but again, that's gonna all be changing.
that's coming to a crashing. Deb, are you in 3 days a week? Frank, are you working from home? And if
Who else
so,
is
have they
working from
snatched it from you?
home? Right. This is the travesty.
This is your place, Plunksters, to talk about
Work
all
from home.
issues,
All the issues.
sports, jobs, relationships, whatever you got.
Everything. We talk about it all. Oh, Frank, 1 day a week only. God bless you,
See, okay,
man.
that would be doable.
That's doable.
That's doable. I still wouldn't like it, but I could do it. Oh, you
And
work.
Deb, I already knew Deb's situation. Deb was work from home back. She was early in the game.
Oh, okay.
Work from home. She worked from home before
Okay.
2020. She locked that up
Okay.
early, so. And
Well,
I
good
know
for
the
you,
special
Deb.
circumstances aren't like great circumstances that caused it, but like still,
Okay.
it's a nice perk to have. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to go to work.
Right. Just go ahead to do it. I'm the OG
I'll
there.
be
Yeah.
working from home. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the thing.
see,
They get a
that's what
lot of
happened.
hours out of you when you work
That's
from
what
home.
happened.
I don't know if you feel that way too, Frank.
You,
Um,
you know what it was with my job? There's the bulk of the people. There's people like myself and Deb and a lot of other admin folks who, you know, we work the way we work. We're more responsible workers, but the bulk of the people that work for our company are very young, like right out of college folks.
mhm.
And so with them, I think they did need to feel like they could wrangle them in a little bit tighter to keep tabs on them. 'Cause
And
I
you
can sit here and tell you, in my 20s, if I was work from home, you would not be getting
yeah, see,
quality work
I
out of
was
me.
still getting caught. But
Yeah,
another thing I found out that 20s and early 30-year-olds, and I don't know how old Frank or Debbie are, but they like going in, like they miss the hanging out, the
yes,
perks, the snack
yes.
bar, or
The
whatever you
happy
was, yeah, the
hour,
happy hour. So like they
all of the stuff that I don't do anymore.
right, right. They're like, I don't need that. I can't function the next day if I go to your happy
It's
hour.
your happy hour, and because I have to get up and take my daughter to school,
Right.
so
Yeah.
like I
So
can't do what you do.
yeah, but a
But
lot of younger people miss that aspect, and so they're happy.
yes, we've
Yeah.
proven ourselves, and we can function from home. Absolutely, and the young ones. I
Oh, he
work
works
better in
better.
offices, less distractions. Kids aren't shooting me. Nerve guns.
Well, yeah, okay. So
Well,
people with little kids that are still shooting Nerf
I can
guns
see.
at them, yeah, you probably.
Now, what I can say is, Frank, I worked better from home since the kids went back to school. Now, there was that 1 year where the kids were home and we were home. It was a little bit tougher then.
Mhm,
And it was just new because it was kind of distracting having to jump in and out dealing with the kids and make the kids lunch and then check
mhm.
on the kids. Like, I mean, my daughter was raised by TV for like 2 years straight. Unfortunately, her
And she's,
vocabulary is
I was about
great.
to say she speaks very well.
Her
That
vocabulary is great
vocabulary is great.
for a 4-year-old.
Yes. When she's having, yes. So I was thinking, I was like, girl,
Well, actually, no.
on Teams. Exactly. We can have a
Yeah,
happy hour on Teams.
you sure can. Just I can sit here and drink online with you. All right.
Ah.
Well, with that being said, I think this is a good time to wrap things up, and we'll end it with effing COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible situation. Terrible situation.
And the fact that while it's better, that it's still
Still
Chicago
out
went on
there.
high alert last week.
It's still out there. So that doesn't make, before I close, I'll just say that doesn't make me feel better about feeling forced to go back to work where it's still out there. You know what I mean? So, but hey, well, kids got to eat, I guess.
Right, yeah. You gotta pay bills.
And with that saying,
Go
pay
White
some
Sox, go
bills, go
Cubs,
White
go
Sox,
Mets.
go Mets. The Mets are a juggernaut.
Oh my gosh, the New Yorks. It's all about New York.
All about New York baseball. I'm done having COVID scare. Yeah, I feel you. It
Yeah.
was scary. So
Yeah, a lot of people are done. Just well, hey, live your life. It's short. So
it is.
live your life however you feel is best.
Yep.
World.
And contrary to the South.
No, wrong, freaking Yankees. Wrong, Frank.
Man,
Contreras can go anywhere but the South Side because I don't want Moncada.
Would love to see Wilson on the South Side. He would make up for what. So we would probably send a catcher with Moncada. You guys could take Grandal. We'll give you Grandal.
We got Gomes. We don't need Grandal. We got Gomes and PJ Higgins.
Three-team trade. You can have Donaldson. We'll switch with the Yankees.
No thanks.
There we go. Everybody's problems are solved except
the except for mine. I'm just gonna be angry. I'm just gonna be angry plunked. Every Sunday I'm gonna be angry.
Well, I'm about to start getting angry too if these Sox don't start playing up to their potential.
Well, thank you everyone. Thank you for the interaction, Frank and Debbie. Oh, wait, did I say her name wrong? Did I just rename her? Debbie?
Did you say Debbie?
I said Deb.
Oh, no, I think she goes by Deb.
Okay.
Love you too, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Peace out, Deb, and peace out, Plunk.
Absolutely not, Frank. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a good one.